It's working! Woo! Atma Namaste, everyone. Atma Namaste, Christian R. Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this. What day are we on? Today's Thursday. Hey, Dusty, long time no visual. Beautiful sunset happening way off in the distance. A sun setting over the mountains, the Colorado Rocky Mountains. Good evening to you as well. And I wanted to jump on real quick before I have an appointment with somebody who is wanting to learn more about pranic healing. Nothing gets me more excited than sharing pranic healing and Hatha yoga with people. Hey, Face, Atma Namaste, that has the potentiality, hey, Mary, Atma Namaste, to transform a person's life from where they are to where they want to be. Scott, bringing the heat, Atma Namaste. So if you guys notice I used a quote from my teacher, Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui, for tonight's stream, and I typically never use quotes. Jedi, huh? More like a young, very, very young Jedi. I rarely ever use quotes from anybody in my live streams because I like to mix it up and come up with like cool and funky things to say. And the only time I use quotes is when I write my weekly newsletter on Wednesday night, where I take a quote from my teacher, Grandmaster Choa, and then I break it down to the best of my understanding of what I think that quote is and how I can apply the lesson from that quote into my day-to-day life. Hey, Karen, Atma Namaste. So, Sveta, Atma Namaste, hope you're doing well. So, tonight's quote, I think, is apropos for the program that I just launched yesterday, which I'm super excited about. But the quote, today's quote is, without awareness, there is no inner transformation. So what does that exactly mean? Awareness is more than just being aware of your breath, right? Because when you talk about mindfulness, you talk about awareness, people usually link it to your breathing. By the way, if you can control your breath, and you can control your breathing, you can control your mind, and can control your emotions. Laura, Atma Namaste, how are you? How are you? So, in the sense that we're talking about tonight, without awareness of your thoughts and your feelings, you're not going to have awareness of what you say to people and what you do to people. So thoughts and emotions are the seeds that you plant in the inner world. Hey, Laura, similar to a farmer, right? If a farmer wants to grow a corn crop, he plants corn. If he wants to grow mango farm, he plants mangoes. If he wants to have an apple orchard, he plants apples, right? It's not him saying, I want to have apples and I'm going to plant pineapples, right? Hey, Jennifer, Atma Namaste. That wouldn't make sense. You move that up. So every thought that you have and every feeling that you have, you are like the farmer who's planting seeds in the inner world. My question to you is, are you aware of what thoughts and what feelings you're planting in order to reap or harvest those seeds in your words and in your actions? So how many of us have come home from a very stressful day at work, and the dog is jumping all over the furniture, the kids are screaming at the top of their lungs because they haven't been fed, your significant other just has their feet up on the coffee table, and you're like, what is going on? And you just blurt out this profanity, this obscenity, this ruthless, cutting, critical remark to that other person, and then all of a sudden, the person's devastated, and then you're like, I have no idea where that just came from. In that moment, that's you lacking awareness on what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Because if you were able to catch the thought and the feeling sooner, you would go, I'm about to say something that's going to hurt myself and hurt another person. I better be quiet. But in that moment, you were dominated by your thoughts and your feelings, so you had lack of awareness. And keep in mind, whenever we do something mean, cruel, or hurtful to ourselves or to another person, it's because of lack of awareness. Kamlesh, Atma Namaste. Laura says, do you do the work to receive the harvest? Exactly. Mohammed, Atma Namaste. Woo! You guys are so funny. So, without awareness, there's no inner transformation. The analogy I like to use, hey Lauren, Atma Namaste. The analogy I like to use with people outside of farming, and believe me, I don't have a green thumb at all. Look, see, neither one of these thumbs are green. Is the person who doesn't realize and doesn't have awareness that they have a drinking problem, right? Everybody around this person realizes that Carl or Joanne or whomever has a drinking problem. The person who doesn't have the awareness that they have a drinking problem is that person. Hey Erica, Atma Namaste. Does that make sense? So because of that person's lack of awareness of what they're thinking and what they're feeling, you can see what comes out in their speech and you can see what comes out in their actions. I always share this information with couples and relationships, is don't look at what the person is saying, look at what the person is doing. That's a better indicator, because anyone can say anything, as my teacher would say. Anybody can write anything, as my teacher would say. But if you look at what the person's deeds are, that's an indicator of what kind of thoughts and what kind of feelings that person has. Right? So if somebody says to you, meditation is super important, and you ask them, well, how often do you meditate? And they go, well, never. Well, then it must not be very important to you, right? If somebody says, physical fitness and exercise is super important to me, and you go, okay, well, how often do you go to the gym? And the person says, I don't go to the gym at all. I don't even know where the gym is in my town. Hey, Julie, Atma Namaste. That's an indicator that the person is not being congruent with their thoughts, their feelings, their words, and their actions. A great way of understanding how somebody thinks, right? Because somebody's like, I want to be able to read somebody's thoughts. The way to read somebody's thoughts is by how they talk. How they talk, because your words are the fruits of your thinking. So people who don't have clear words, it's an indicator that their mental body, their ability to think, is not very clear, right? But if somebody can have a nice conversation with you, step 1, step 2, step 3, bam, you have a resolution. The person has a very clear, clean mental body. So what I've noticed is that in every single person, there's at least one, usually more, but there's at least one area of our lives that we lack awareness in to varying degrees, right? So you don't have to be an alcoholic to lack awareness. You don't have to be a drug addict to lack awareness. You don't have to be having food addiction and lack awareness. Lack of awareness shows up for everybody all the time in varying degrees. So when you pay attention to what you're thinking and you pay attention to how you're feeling, you're able to have better words, more kind words, more loving words, more, Master Chola says, words are used to bless, to heal, and to prosper. So each and every word out of your mouth, for those of you who know the Lord's Prayer, holy be thy name, or hallowed be thy name, what comes out of your mind and your mouth is more important than what goes into your mouth. Right? So we're familiar with the term kosher foods, which means food that has been blessed, that has been, how to put this, sacrificed in an appropriate protocol and then blessed by a rabbi, and so you're consuming holy food. So people think it's more important to consume holy food than it is to have holy thoughts and holy words. Very, very powerful teachings. And have I mastered this? Absolutely not. Lydia, Atma Namaste, absolutely not. I'm simply sharing with you the teachings that I've received over the past 13 years from my teacher, Grandmaster Chola Koksui. That these teachings are universal, meaning they work regardless of your age, your sex, your religion, your sexual preferences, whether you're divorced, married, single, doesn't matter. Rashmi, Atma Namaste, these are universal teachings. Doesn't matter your education, your income level, any of those things. No matter who you are, what you think produces your words, what you feel produces your actions. Mary says, thanks GMCKS, Grandmaster Chola Koksui, I'm receiving now your blessings. Rashmi, Atma Namaste, back to you. So that's why yesterday I launched my new program called Inner Transformation Package, which is the whole process of how does one develop awareness in their thoughts, their feelings, to start planting better seeds in their health, better seeds in their relationships and their emotions, better seeds in their thinking and their career and their finances, better seeds in their spiritual growth and development. Because if you use universal teachings and universal truths, you will be taken care of. I think Master Choa said it best. He says, if you follow the law will take care of you. Just like we have the law of gravity, if you follow the law of gravity and you build apparatuses that go in alignment with the law of gravity, you will be taken care of. But if you choose to fight the law of gravity, you will lose 100% of the time, right? And so today's a great day to tap into these energies because it's the full moon. And the full moon is the best time to meditate in a group, meaning solar energy, solar prana, is least impeded from hitting Mother Earth, and solar energy is a fertilizer for the good within us and the not so good within us. But it's an excellent time to meditate. So if you haven't meditated this afternoon or this evening, I recommend doing it after this stream. Not while we're on the stream, but after the stream. So that's a little bit about that quote, without awareness, there's no inner transformation. As you have awareness, just like the alcoholic has the awareness of, holy moly, I have a problem with drinking, it then allows that person to transform their lives. So the program that I put out yesterday, it's a 10-week program. And over those 10 weeks, we do half coaching to develop awareness around a certain area, half pranic healing session. Then, in between each of those healing sessions, you have a homework assignment that is going to be an hour to an hour and a half long. Over those 10 weeks, you will go from a little itty-bitty tiny caterpillar to a gigantic, beautiful, radiant butterfly. That's the promise, that's the guarantee, because I've seen over and over and over and over again these tools, techniques, and teachings transform people's lives. Not because I'm brilliant, but because I have a brilliant teacher with a brilliant system behind me facilitating this process of transformation. So it's 10 healings, which is 10 coaching sessions over a 10-week period with homework assignment in between each of those healings. I follow up with you 2 days after every healing to say, hey, how are you doing with the homework? How are you feeling since the coaching and healing session? And then we critique, we modify the protocol. But throughout the 10 weeks, we work on physical healing, emotional healing, relationship healing, financial healing, spiritual healing. We work on mindset. We work on cleansing and purifying the subconscious mind, the cellular level of your cells, of all the programs that we have conditioned in our beingness over a lifetime or lifetimes. It's extremely, extremely powerful. And guess what? It's not cheap, but it is priceless. People spend thousands and thousands of dollars on all kinds of things, and at the end of that spending spree, a week later, they're about the same, emotionally and mentally. But if you invest in yourself into a program that will transform how you think and how you feel, what would it look like if you had 10 times more joy in your life? What would it look like if you had 10 times more clarity and sharpness in your life? What would it look like if you had 10 times more energy to do the things that you're passionate about with purpose? So that's the offer for you guys. So if you go to, I'll put the link somewhere in the stream. If you go to my website, christianrlong.com/services, and go to the bottom of the page, there's an application for this program. Not everyone is accepted for the program because I'm looking for certain things that are in the program application. But it's free to apply. What's up, Alice? It's free to apply. I'll have all your information. It doesn't go to anybody else. It's not shared with anybody else but with me. And then I will go, okay, this person looks like a great candidate who is ready, willing, and able to transform their lives. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that do this. Me. I'm ready. I'm in this like dark spot in my life. I want to fill that area up with light, with healing, with happiness, with joy, with growth, with development, with evolution. Those are the kind of people that I'm looking to work with. Because look at it. We're going to be with each other for